Hey everyone, and welcome to It Takes Guts, episode 29, The Microbiome Mystery. I am your host, Kyla, and today we're diving deep into the world of those tiny creatures living inside us that have a huge impact on our health.
That's right. I'm Dr. Carl and I'm excited to shed some light on these microscopic mysteries.
And I'm John Berger, here to ask all the burning questions you have about your gut.
Did you know that there are more bacterial cells in your body than human cells? It's true, and get this, that these tiny tenants play a critical role in everything from digestion to immunity and even cancer treatment.
Whoa, hold on! Bacteria in my gut can affect how I respond to cancer therapy? That's wild!
It absolutely is, and that's exactly what we're exploring today. We're taking a closer look at a fascinating article called The Role of Gut Microbiota in Cancer Treatment, Friend or Foe. It turns out our gut microbiome can be a powerful ally or a sneaky saboteur when it comes to fighting cancer.
Exactly. So buckle up as we unravel the complexities of this hidden world within us. We'll uncover how different bacteria can either boost or hinder cancer treatment and what we can do to cultivate a gut environment that supports our health.
Gut microorganisms affect the potency of several cancer treatments. For instance, the chemotherapeutic agent cyclophosphamide or CTX changes mouse gut bacterial balance. This modification enables particular bacteria to enter immune-related areas, generating the specialized immune cells necessary for the treatment to be effective. Bacteria influence the effectiveness of both chemotherapy and immunotherapy. When gut bacteria are intact, they help immunotherapy shrink tumors by boosting key immune responses. Antibiotics, on the other hand, reduce the activity of important immune cells and make the treatment less effective.
That's fascinating. It's incredible how something as small as bacteria can have such a big impact on cancer therapy. Mr. Gaton, I know you have some questions about this.
Hmm, given the dual nature of bacteria in the body, how can they facilitate the growth and progression of cancer?
Certain bacteria can contribute to cancer development through various mechanisms. These include triggering chronic inflammation, causing DNA damage that can lead to mutations, suppressing the immune system's ability to fight cancer cells, and altering the body's metabolism in ways that favor cancer cell growth. Specific examples of such bacteria include Fusobacterium nucleatum, linked to various cancers, and Porypyromonas gingivalis, associated with colorectal cancer. These bacteria promote tumor growth through mechanisms like cell adhesion, immune suppression, and inflammation. Therefore, while the gut microbiome is largely beneficial, certain bacterial species can disrupt normal cellular processes and create an environment conducive to cancer development.
Conversely, given that you've discussed the role of bacteria in cancer growth, could you elaborate on the mechanisms by which bacteria can also aid in cancer treatment? And also, could you give particular instances to acquaint our audience with the nature of the gut microbiota and its correlation with clinical reactions to different cancer treatments such as chemotherapy and immunotherapy?
In immunotherapy, the goal is to activate the body's own immune system to fight cancer. The idea is that by analyzing the types and abundance of bacteria in a patient's gut before treatment, doctors might be able to predict how well they respond. For example, Akkermansia municipala has been consistently associated with an improved response to immune checkpoint inhibitors by increasing the infiltration of immune cells into the tumor microenvironment and promoting their activation. Essentially, this implies that the bacteria may facilitate the entry of immune cells into the tumor, thereby enhancing their ability to combat it more effectively. Additionally, Studies have demonstrated that butyrate-producing bacteria boost anti-tumor immunity by encouraging the differentiation of T regulatory cells, which are essential for immune homeostasis and the prevention of autoimmune responses. This suggests butyrate helps keep the immune system in balance, which might be important for preventing the sometimes severe side effects of immunotherapy.
Antibiotics are one of the remedies for cancer. What is the impact of antibiotics on the gut microbiota? Is there any positive impact or any detrimental process that could potentially affect the human body, specifically gut microbiota?
The indiscriminate antibiotic use can disrupt the commensal microbiota, potentially leading to negative consequences such as reduced efficacy of immunotherapy. In the case of H. pylori, that contributes to tumorigenesis. A decrease in the commensal microbiota has the potential to increase the risk of stomach cancer. Given this issue, are there any technological advancements that could potentially eliminate the risk of inhibiting beneficial bacteria?
Yes, of course, novel technologies like CRISPR-Cas9 and phage therapy offer targeted approaches to eliminate pathogenic bacteria without harming the beneficial microbiota. Phage-based drug delivery systems can enhance the efficacy of chemotherapy by specifically targeting tumor-associated bacteria.
Based on the article I have read, there are food products that have the potential to assist in the maintenance of our digestive health, such as probiotics and prebiotics, in addition to this technological advancement that may aid in the treatment of cancer. Could you provide a more detailed explanation of this process?
Probiotics are live bacteria that contribute to beneficial bacteria in your intestines, whereas prebiotics are non-digestible fibers that nourish these beneficial bacteria. In clinical trials for cancer treatment, both have yielded inconsistent outcomes. Research indicates that probiotics can enhance clinical outcomes by altering the gut microbiota, increasing beneficial bacteria and reducing harmful ones, and protecting intestinal cells from damage such as radiation-induced injury. Additionally, they can reduce inflammation by modulating immune responses. However, fecal microbiota transplantation or FMT may be a more effective method of restoring the intestinal microbiota than probiotics.
Perhaps you're wondering how we manage to study these processes. Organoids, which replicate the structure and behavior of real tissue, enables researchers to study diseases and testing drugs.
So, adding bacteria to organoid cultures also help researchers better understand how bacteria and human tissues interact, offering insights that simpler lab models can provide. One experiment combined these organoids with immune cells or dendritic cells, revealing that H. pylori infection attracts immune cells to the stomach lining, where they interact with infected tissue. So this study replicates the processes of real infections, thereby enhancing our comprehension of the bacterial-related diseases and potentially aiding in the prediction of the tumor's response to treatment.
As we wrap up the topics we've discussed, recent study entails that transplanting gut bacteria from immunotherapy responders to non-responders to enhance their outcomes. This study aims to find whether changing the gut flora by means of fecal transplants or probiotics can overcome drug resistance. While certain bacteria reduce the effectiveness of cancer treatments, others improve them. To affect outcomes, research is mostly on the interactions between bacteria and the body as well as cancer treatments. Though the results are positive, understanding and application still have limits. Customized treatment that improve patient outcomes have great potential from the possible application of gut flora in cancer diagnosis, drug delivery, and therapy augmentation.
And thanks to the technical developments, Cancer research now focuses more on the study of how microorganisms link to the disease cause or influence it than on their detection. The use of animal models with regulated gut bacteria to examine the effects of certain bacteria on cancer in the ideal study. Still, because mice have different gut bacteria, diets, and genes than humans, the findings of these investigations demand careful validation through extensive clinical trials.
That's it for today's episode of It Takes Guts, the microbiome mystery. We hope you learned something new about the fascinating world of gut bacteria and their impacts on cancer treatment.
Remember, the gut microbiome is a complex and dynamic ecosystem, and the research is constantly evolving. Stay curious, stay informed, and take care of your gut health.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Gut Feeling.